Hi everyone, welcome back to Almost Normal. I've been working really hard recently to try and just exist, okay? To try and just simply exist. I feel like throughout my whole adult life, every single day, every single second of every single day has been engulfed by this immense pressure to be achieving things all the time. And this could be anything. This could be career, education, body, workout, how to eat, any of that. I feel like every second of my life, I have been forcing myself to develop, to move forward, to become a better me. This could even include things like reading, researching stuff, bettering your brain, any of it. The moment I sit and I talk with a friend, or I waste a little time on TikTok, I waste a little time on YouTube, the moment I find myself mentally standing pretty still, I freak the fuck out. I'm like, I am wasting my life. If I sit and do nothing for 10 minutes, I'm wasting my life. And then the panic settles in and I force myself to get something done. And it's never done well. It's full of panic. I need to relax, but my body just doesn't let me. I can't just exist. I feel like it is one of those things that takes sainthood in order to truly feel. To truly feel like we're in the present, to truly feel like I am grateful for everything that I have right now, and I am not craving or chasing something I don't have yet, and I'm not regretting things that I've done. I find it extremely hard just to be. My friend came to visit me. I'm currently on vacation. My friend came to visit me, okay? She's an extremely busy lady, but she's going on this long trip in America, and so I won't see her for a few months, okay? And so she took time out of her busy schedule to fly to where I am for 2 days just to see me, okay? Just to literally hang out with me so that we didn't miss each other for too long. That's a fucking friend. That is a fucking friend. I spent a lot of the time while she was here a little bit antsy, a little bit discontent, let's say. Wiggling around, always getting up, making a cup of tea, making a piece of toast, going on a walk, going for a swim. Just like I always found myself doing something, making a TikTok, okay? When am I going to figure out when to film the next podcast episode? Oh, maybe when she has a nap, I can like squeeze in something here, squeeze in something there. Maybe I can read a chapter of this book. Like my mind was constantly like, oh, when are we going to achieve that thing? When are we going to achieve that thing? I couldn't just chill. And my friend was here to chill. She was here to chill, as I should have been. As I should have been for this vacation. And I have not at all. I've been fucking obsessed. I'll eat a croissant and I'll be like, oh my God, I have to go for a run now because I ate a croissant. Like, I'm not achieving the goals that I want. I am so fucking obsessed with being like this best, like the best, shiniest, goldest version of myself that I can't just be. Then my friend left today. Then I'm thinking back on the time that I had with her and I'm like, damn, I really wasn't appreciative of that time. I really didn't soak in her presence. I didn't soak in the laughs, the jokes, like the reminiscing of old times. I didn't soak that in enough because my brain was like alone being like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. I feel like I don't give enough credit to waking up in the morning. I feel like I don't give life enough credit for just allowing me to be, allowing me to just see another day. I think that in order to be a real human being, I have to achieve. I have to be working towards a goal. I would love to live a life that is not so goal-oriented. And again, I fucking love goals. I love achieving things. It's great. But what I will say is that I've achieved a bunch of stuff in my time. There's been things I want, I've worked towards them, and I've achieved them. And it feels great. I'm like, okay, this seems like it's going in the right direction, or whatever. What I will say is that the minute I achieve that thing, the minute I achieve the thing that I have been obsessing over, wasting precious time obsessing over, future tripping about this stuff, not enjoying the loves of my lives that surround me, not enjoying the beauty of nature, not enjoying anything because I've been so obsessed with this goal that I want to achieve. Okay, once I actually achieve that goal, I'll sort of revel in that for whatever, maybe a day, and I'll quickly move on to the next thing. I don't find that I sit in an achievement and really congratulate myself and say well done and really give myself that time to just be once I've achieved that. Like, my brain very, very quickly goes to the next thing. And like, this has happened enough times in my life that I should know, okay? I should know, when is it going to stop? When am I going to just be able to be? Life is moving extremely fast. And I believe it'll only move faster and faster as time goes on. And that scares the absolute shit out of me. Absolute shit out of me. However, I'm always wanting the future to come faster. Because the things that I feel like I want, the things that I feel will make me happy, those things that I feel I'll only be happy once I have, those things are all in the future. And so time might be moving really, really fast, but I'm not helping the situation because I am constantly wanting time to go faster, just so those achievements can come faster and then I can be happier faster. But that happiness doesn't stick around for very long. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, I just want and want and want and want. I want all these subscribers. I want these followers. I want all this money. I want those clothes. Okay, I'm not going to be happy until I have this really cute sweater. All right, now I ordered it. I got the money. I ordered it. Now I want time to go faster so that sweater can arrive in my house and I can finally wear it. But guess what happens when that sweater arrives in my house? I want to just get another one, okay? I wear it. I feel like I've had it forever. I'm over it, okay? On to the next thing. It's just endless. It's endless. And I know better now. And I know that achieving things is great. Hard work is fucking fantastic. But there has to be moments where you're not working towards anything. Literally not working towards a fucking thing. As I sit here, I'm just looking at the ocean. My view is exceptional. And I've been here for like 2 weeks now. I don't know how many times I've sat and just appreciated like what the fuck I'm seeing right now, I'm always sort of elsewhere. I'm always elsewhere. I'm either in the past, regretting it, thinking, oh, if I did this differently, maybe I could have achieved this quicker. Maybe I would be happier then, da-da-da-da-da. Or I'm thinking of the future. Oh, God, like this thing won't happen until this date. I wish this date would just hurry up and come already. I'm not going to be happy until this date arrives. And I'm sitting here in this fucking paradise. And it's like, did I not dream of this once? Was this not my dream once before? I feel like if I really think about it right now, currently, in this very moment, I am experiencing a dream that I once had. Am I enjoying it? I've achieved it. Here we are. I've achieved it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm thinking of things I want that I didn't even have in my mind before. It'll always be something new. Always. And I feel so strongly about that. I am so set in my ways. I have a bunch of things that I want. And I'm like, I swear, once I get these things, once I achieve these things, I'll be happy and content. I swear. I've said that a million fucking times. I've said that a million fucking times. You got to take it in your own hands. You got to take it in your own hands because your mind won't. Because the society we live in makes us feel like we are not worthy if we are not progressing. We are not worthy if we're not developing. We are not worthy if we are getting quote unquote better. We must take it in our own hands to break that and to say you are completely worthy and you have 100% value if you spend the day doing fucking nothing. Activities that have no end, no means to an end. They are not a means to an end. I want that. I want more of that. When I make art, I love making art. I love being in the process of creating a sculpture or a painting. But in the back of my mind, I'm always like, I'm not going to be happy with this until I sell it. That's the end goal. I feel like everything I do is a means to an end. I'm never just doing it because I feel like I want it, just for what it is itself. You know, I lie in the sun. Oh, it's because I want a tan. I read this book. Oh, it's because I want to have this information and I want to go to a dinner party and say, oh, I read this book so I can be part of the conversation. I want all these subscribers. You know, I want to make these videos so I can get subscribers. But I love making the videos. Yeah, but in the back of my mind, there's an achievement there. I want to just live at least some days with no goal in mind. And I don't believe humans are naturally like this. I do not believe humans are naturally these constant go-getters. I do not believe humans can only find joy in work. I think there's a strong push in our society today saying, you've got to produce. Produce, produce, produce. And those moments in between don't matter. But we're not machines. We're not machines. And even if we were, machines need to charge. How are we meant to produce anything that we enjoy if we don't fill up the tank, if we don't charge the batteries? A huge goal of mine. To be honest, this has been a goal of mine for a really long time. To just sit with my friends and have a coffee and not in the back of my mind have this silly voice saying, is this really working towards anything? Is this really working towards anything? To really, really, really just be in the moment. That is literally all I want. And not every day. I do not expect every day to be able, I do not expect that I will be able to do that every single day of my life, okay? I don't. And I don't want that either, you know? I don't want that. But I think it's this, the minute I wake up in the morning, what am I doing to better my life? To the second I go to sleep. I feel like life is about more than that. I know it is. I know life is about more than that. I don't want to look back in 10 years and think of all these incredible opportunities that came my way. And I just looked right past them because I was already looking over them into another time that doesn't even exist yet. And also just to say, just one last little point, to base your happiness on things that do not exist yet is extremely risky. And I don't want to do that. Okay? Because I find myself sad. I find myself disappointed a lot. Because the things that I thought were going to happen, you know, the things that I relied on for joy just didn't happen. And then I'm lost. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that was the thing that I needed in order to be happy. And it's not happening now. And it's like, yes, maybe don't put your happiness in something that literally doesn't exist. I would like to just exist. It sounds really nice. I want to enjoy things as they are. I want to sit and enjoy things. Sounds really lovely. One little tip I have, if I can give you any tip, something that helps me, and I always forget to do it because I'm always too busy doing something else and I just feel like it's sort of like useless, but it's absolutely useful in my opinion. But something that really helps me ground myself and like bring me back to where I am right now is writing gratitude lists. Honestly, to just sit and write all the things that I currently have. I don't know how it works because you'd think, oh, like, I know what I have right now. I can see it in front of me, but we overlook so much. And to sit down and just list everything you're really grateful for, everything that you have right now, it's so helpful. I highly suggest doing it. If you don't do a gratitude list, you know, it could be as short or as long as you want it to be. But I just think that's something that every time I do it, I feel better, you know. And a lot of the time I feel like I'm too busy to do it. Oh, I've got to like edit this video. I've got to read this book. I've got to finish this essay. I don't have time for a gratitude list. But like, how am I going to enjoy all of those achievements if I'm just like not actually internally happy? And maybe I'll enjoy the achievements, the future achievements more once I've learnt to be in the present. Maybe all the things that I achieved and then I sort of just went on to the next thing. Maybe I wouldn't have moved on to the next thing so fast if I had learned already how to enjoy the things I have. Because life has so many beautiful fucking things happening. And I feel like I'm not enjoying them like I should. And I'm so lucky that I can experience some things. And I feel like they deserve the attention. They deserve the attention. So yeah, anyway, that was my little spiel of the day. But I love you guys so much. And if you have... Oh, ow, what the hell's going on with my hair? But anyway, I love you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. It's super helpful to me. And if you haven't done it today, write a gratitude list. I promise you, it'll bring you down to earth. It'll feel really good. But yeah, all right. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Okay.